I have drawn the front view. Of course, you need to finalize all the views, top view and left side view. It's not difficult. It's very easy actually. My focus today is to explain how to do the dimensioning using Autocad. So if you see here, you have the dimension tab in the menu bar. Okay, this is the menu bar. Don't be confused with the ribbon tab. If you don't see your menu bar as usual, you just type menu bar, enter, and then change the value from 0, change it to 1. In my case, it's already 1, so the menu bar is on already. So you go to dimension, and you will use these options to make the dimensions. You have a linear dimensioning, align, radius, okay. So I'll just show you an example. It's very easy. If you click linear, so you are going to give dimension to a linear line like that. Okay. However, before we proceed, or before we do the dimensioning, we should adjust the settings. Okay, we should adjust the settings. So the settings can be accessed from here, from the same tab, menu bar tab, the dimension tab, and go to dimension style. This is the same location that you use to adjust the center mark, if you remember. Here, go to modify. Okay, go to modify, and then you have several tabs. Okay, let us go one by one. So you need to use change this extend beyond dimension lines, this one to 2 milli. Okay, is it clear? Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes, yes, Victor.
Okay.
Keep going.
So extend beyond dimension lines. So if you experiment with this this thing, say you put 5, you can see the difference. Okay. Can you see the difference? This line gets longer. So this is called the extend beyond dimension lines. Okay, so this one 2 milli is enough. No need to be too long. And another thing is offset from the origin. Offset from the origin, which is this thing. Let's experiment with it. If you put 5, can you see the difference here in the preview? You can see the distance, the offset from the origin becomes very far. So this should be 2. Okay. and leave this unchecked. Don't check this one. And then after you are done with this, you go to the next tab. You go to the next tab. It says symbols and arrows. The next tab is symbols and arrows. The arrow size, you can put it 4. And center marks, we did this before. Center marks, because usually our drawing is not that big, you can decrease this size for center marks. This is not related to the dimensioning directly though, but when you make a center mark, the plus sign on the middle is adjusted by this value. Okay. The next thing that you need to do is the text. The text height, change it to 4. And this text alignment is ISO standard. And I think that's all for this tab. Is it recording? Okay, it's recording. And the primary units, you go to the primary units tab. After the text, you go to the primary units. This one, it depends on how precise your drawing is, your dimension is. In our situation, you just keep it 0. You can see the difference in the preview. Okay, so you don't put any decimal after a comma. This one is 1 decimal after a comma. Okay, just keep it none or 0. Okay, and I think that's all. Yes. Once you are done with that, oh, actually there is one thing. Baseline spacing. Let's put it 5 here. It's not shown here, but I think 5 or higher is better. So baseline spacing, if I remember correctly, it's used when you are using baseline dimensioning. We will see what baseline dimensioning is later. Press OK when you're done, and then close. Now you see the dimension lines have changed. It becomes larger, and the arrow becomes larger, and you see the gap here. This is the 2 milli gap that you have applied in the settings, and this is the extension that you have applied. Okay, let's go back to the
Excuse me, Doc.
tool. Yes.
Did you draw the arrow?
No.
The dimension?
No, it's automatically.
Because it didn't appear to me.
Okay, did you adjust the settings?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'll show you. Okay, again, I'm using the linear dimension. I click the points that you are going to give dimension, or the end points of a line that you are going to give dimension. like that one.
Okay, no, not appeared.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. So this is the linear dimension. So it will give dimension either horizontal or vertically. This is the linear dimension. How about the aligned? The aligned is if you want to give dimension on a inclined line or inclined surface, like this one there. If you are using linear, it will not work. I mean, it will work, but it will give you either horizontal or vertical. There, horizontal or vertical. So if you want to give the information or the dimension on an inclined line, you use aligned. Okay, and radius is the same. Radius is for giving dimension on radius. I don't have circle here, so I'll just create a random circle. So I will create a circle with radius of 10. So you just go ahead, click radius and click there. So it will give you the radius, the information of the radius or the dimension of the radius. So the radius of the circle is here, and this is the dimensions. You can present it also in diameter. There. Usually full circle is presented in terms of diameter. From half circle to full circle, okay, or yeah, from half to full, you present it in terms of diameter. Okay, so it's simple. You just click the circle, and next the angular. The angular. This is to give dimension. Angle, dimension of an angle. So I want to know the angle. I want to give information or dimension on this angle. So you just click the two lines there. And then we have this one, baseline and continue. I'll go one by one. Baseline. So the baseline is you are giving dimension. There is no example of baseline here. Okay, I want to give dimension from here to here, from this. Okay, I'll delete this. Let's assume that I decide that this base is my reference, for example. I want all measurement starts from here. So this will be the base of your dimensioning. So you will do, you will use this baseline. Okay. Baseline. And okay, if you see, it directly continues to the previous dimensioning because it thinks I want this dimension as the base. Okay, let's do that again. Dimension, base. You see? So AutoCAD will, when you are clicking baseline dimensioning, it will automatically select the last dimension that you made as the baseline. Okay, the last dimension that I made just now was the angle. So it is assuming that this is the base of the dimensioning. In this case, I don't want this as my base. So you need to click this, select, specify second extension line origin, or select. I want to change, so press select here.
Mr. Eldwin, did you recall the dimensioning?
Yes, yeah. But please pay attention. Don't rely on the dimensioning. Don't rely on the recording.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. So from here, this will be my, just a moment. Okay. So now we don't want this one as the base. So I'm going to use this as my base. So the first thing you need to do the dimension from the base for one part first, like this one from here to here. Okay. You decide this is your base, and then it will automatically select that one. See, it automatically select that dimension, so I can choose another point for the next dimension. Can you see the reference is this one? So everything will be measured from this line. Now you see the distance from the second to the first dimension. The distance between the second and the first dimension is too close. This is because we did the settings only 5 milli, which is too close. Okay, we can verify. Yeah, it's only 5 milli. So better we go with, in the dimension style, here the baseline spacing, I think 10 should be good. Let's see. Okay, you just delete this and repeat. Baseline. So this is the baseline. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll repeat the dimension. Baseline. Okay. Yeah. Now you see the distance is farther than before. Now the distance is 10 because we already adjust in the dimension style. The baseline is baseline dimension distance is 10. Okay, which is here. I just show you again here. This one, baseline spacing is 10. If you want something different, for example, you want this line continues, that the measuring is done continuously from here to here and then from here to there. So you will do another thing. So you will do a dimension continue. Okay. As usual, baseline dimensioning or continue dimensioning tool will always assume the last dimension that you made is the base. Okay, if you don't want that, you can just click select or type S and enter. So now it asks you, Autocad asks you to choose. I want to choose this one as my reference. This one. Oh, okay. I think I should select this line instead. Okay. There. Oh, actually, you need to click the object here. So this is the difference between the base and the continuous. Baseline and continue.